Hey, you there. Just wanted to let you know you are now listening to the AK Mindset Podcast. Hi guys, it's finally time to run through the mid-season review, sharing some more thoughts on some of the best shows released this spring season, which has definitely been a lot of hype so far, and I know not only me, but the Mandem have definitely been enjoying. And speaking of the Mandem, talk to them guys.
Yo, we're back again, giving you different types of content, I'm sure you guys are enjoying hearing our voice and seeing the YouTube videos and everything. So we're back again, man, for another one. It's gonna be fun.
Greetings and salutations. As Ed said, we are back for the mid-season spring anime review. So we've been watching a lot of different shows and we had to reconvene to discuss how they're doing so far, if some of them have to be drops or we're going to keep the same roster. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. I just have to say, greetings and salutations is such a bar. It's such a bar. Sometimes I just feel like stealing. I was like, one day I just have to just take it. So due to time, we're going to try to keep this as strict as possible. Obviously, still giving us the freedom to just talk in regards to what we think about the shows and stuff like that. I'm just going to start with shows that kind of overlapped, the shows that we most of us watched or followed during the season. So first of all, I know there's been a lot of discussion that we've had popping up in our weekly discussions, the AK update. You guys need to check that out if you can. But this anime has bring a lot of conversation. So starting with Heavenly Delusion, and I don't know where to start with this, so I don't know if you might want to interject and give your kind of feelings in regards to what has impressed you with regarding the story, the anime, what stood out, if there's anything you're kind of expecting for the future or the end of the season.
Let me go. First of all, the Instagram story you put with the guy with the fork cracked me up. That was jokes. What was he trying to do with a fork? That was funny.
Bro, on God, I was looking at him and this guy's, a couple of people were not built for war. They're not built for fighting. Because if you pull up with a fork and there's no like plates and food on the plate, then I don't know what you're on about. So yeah, it's weird.
It was better to pick up a stone, fam. But I think before we get into the nitty-gritty, because this show is a bit mad. There's one thing I would like to give it credit for is I actually have no idea where this story is going. I cannot predict it. Maybe it's different for you, man, but I don't know where it's going, man. I have no idea. It just twists and turns and like more questions on top of more questions, man. It's keeping me intrigued. That's I'll give it that. It's keeping me intrigued.
What about you, Daniel?
Yeah. I think Heavenly Delusion, one of the shows I didn't hear anything about before I'd watched it, and it's been very thoroughly impressive, I'd say. Like Ed was saying, the mystery of the storyline, you kind of really have to pay attention to understand or even try and create a theory to predict where it's going. One thing before I pass it off to you, Jar, the one thing I really enjoy about it so far is just this dual storyline that we have going on with the guys in the institution, and then obviously the main duo of I always forget their names, but Maru and Hiroku. I just enjoy seeing their journey through the apocalyptic world, and then you have these guys in a futuristic institution, and you're just trying to piece together how these two storylines link together. So thoroughly been impressed with Heavenly Delusion so far.
Yeah, likewise, I would definitely say one of the best mystery series that I've seen in a while. Very captivating, characters, very engaging story line, kind of draws you in. You're kind of left guessing every episode, even every moment within the episode. You're unsure where it's going to go or what's going to happen, and that's a really kind of shining light in the series. I'll also say that it also makes you, it kind of gives you a false sense of me personally, I felt a false sense of like a foundation that I can cement myself on. Because every second, every episode, my concept or the idea or judgment I have on a character is completely switched around, and the thoughts that I brought up are completely switched around. How do you man feel in regards to, has it really stood out in comparison to the other animes released the series?
100% stand out compared to the other ones, which I feel like everyone's expecting to be good. For it to be like gathering this much conversation amidst like the Demon Slayers, Magic and Muscle, other shows, and we're still like, no, let's talk about Heaven Delusions. I think it's very, very impressive. Very impressive. It's really, really impressive because, like Daniel said, we didn't hear about this. I didn't care about this. I think the first time I heard about it when we talked about it first. Apart from that, I didn't really. It's something that was going to be on Disney Plus. That's about it. But for it to, like, we're talking about it deeply and we're watching like about 8 episodes in now. And we're like, where's it going to go? I'm really interested. It's impressive, man. Hats off to it.
What about you, Daniel?
I have to agree. I think what makes it stand out, I'd say, is probably just because compared to most of the other things I'm watching, it's a very different story. Genre's different, fantasy, but it's not the typical fantasy that you're seeing these days. It's actually like, what's not even fantasy, it's more like science fiction. But like a lot of anime that comes nowadays is usually isekai or just a variation of an isekai, but it's a fantasy series. But this is more along the lines of a science fiction, as I mentioned before, and it seems really, it feels distinct, and the world that they've created so far has pulled you in. You're asking questions about, okay, what's a man-eater? And I think also because it wasn't as well known, that is a positive in my opinion, because I didn't go into it with any expectation, which meant I feel like I was able to judge the show for what it was rather than having a expectation and thinking, okay, yeah, it just met the level. I think so far it's been very well written, and I think I'm not really sure where we're gonna go next, but I'm here for the ride.
I kind of really want to know how, because I was kind of been thinking about this a lot. How would I want this? How would I want this show to be a mystery, a one season wonder that's finished in this season? Whatever like is going to take place is all going to end in one season, not be dragged. I don't want another Promised Neverland rendition. I don't want that. So what would you guys be your preference? Would you be like, finish all the season and the mystery, the wonder, or do you want it to, be continued or adapted further?
Is it based on the manga first of all, or is it on the original?
Yes, I think it's about 50 or so chapters out. So
50 chapters. Okay. Yeah, I think can 24 episodes do 50 chapters? You should be able to comfortably, right? Compared to like the Crunchyroll nonsense I did like 120. So I think personally, I think if they do like the long 24, 22, 23 episodes and clean it up, and if they have anything else to do, they can do like a movie. But I don't know if I want like a second season of this. I feel like if they wrap it up in a nice like neat bow, I think it's just gonna be like that's one of the greatest animes to come out in 2023. It's up there. I feel like if they stretch it out, there's more room for like just failure, in my opinion. But then again, if they did this, what's not to trust them for a second season? But I feel like a 22, 23 episode season is what this is made for, in my opinion.
Yeah, since the manga is still ongoing, then it just needs to stop at a place where they can pick it up, because I'm not interested in no anime only ending. Yeah.
I don't know, the thing was still going. If it's still going, then yeah. Or do you have to make a season 2, don't they?
No, for real. I hear it. I didn't even know it was still ongoing as well. To be honest, I didn't even know it had a manga.
I had no idea about this series at all. I just following the anime. But if it's still ongoing and they're still going strong, then the second season is needed. I definitely, like Daniel said, definitely don't want to anime only. Like, this is what we think is gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, just end it in a nice place. Then wait a year or two, let the thing build up again. Then give us a second season. Be patient with it. Don't wait too long, but don't go into it too fast. Like, just be sensible.
Oh, for real. So what's your overall rating out of 10 so far, mid-season? No pressure.
It's an 8 for me personally.
Yeah, same actually. I'll give it 8. 8 out of 10. It's good. I'm intrigued. A lot of mystery left, but there's also a lot of higgy
Haga.
That's like, let's see how some of the things go. But 8 feels comfortable. I agree. 8 out of 10, which is impressive for something we had no expectation for.
Yeah, for real. Likewise with it, 8.5 out of 10. Definitely a solid rendition to this spring anime season, something that surprised all of us. And if you haven't watched it, hey, get on that. You actually need it in your life. Not all parts of it you need, but it's a must.
Let's make a disclaimer. There's a weird stuff questionable. There's a question mark in a few places. I want to see where it goes. I trust him, but at the same time, like, because the best hotel owner in the world kind of episode, I was like, what the hell is going on here, man? But at the same time, it still gave me a mystery. Can you imagine? I was weirded out, but it still gave me a mystery. Because they're kind of like, wait, man-eater's human and stuff like that. So it was like, but at the same time, it's like, swear that's like a child. There's question marks here and there. In the institution as well, the kids are being weird as always. But yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Even like with the owners of the institution being a bit like sad that they lost a child and stuff like that. There's a lot of good aspect of it, but at the same time, some things you're like, well, I don't feel completely comfortable. But let's see how they roll with it.
For real. So moving on to the second series that we've all been following this spring season, Demon Slayer. I'm a demon to the demons, Nezuko. Hey, Demon Slayer. I don't know, man. It's, for me personally, I don't know if I'm more enamored by the visual experience than the story. You know what I mean? And at this point, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, because I fully enjoy Demon Slayer. But more time, especially this spring anime, I'm there for the visuals. What about you guys?
I was gonna say that to like the latest episode with like the backstory of Genya, which hit, you know, and Demon Slayer that's one of the positives, man. It knows how to hit you in the feels when it needs to. So I think the visuals definitely help it. It's not gone too deep yet. It's just a comeback to the visuals, but no, it's certain things there, certain stories here and the story here and there. Because there's the mission around what is he doing to his buddy, bro? Like, what's going on there? And yeah, man, but I think it's a good mix. For me personally, it's a good mix. The visuals obviously help it a lot, but I'm interested in the story, where it's gonna go, how they're gonna get out of this mess, what the hell's going on with the little small demon that shrunk himself. So I'm intrigued, man. I think both the visuals and the story is moving me so far.
I'm not gonna lie, that depressed demon is getting my last nerve. My last nerve.
Yeah, I feel like he has something special for us, man. He's gonna move, man, because a knife broke on his neck and it was tiny. It's like, yeah, this guy's different.
And he was still crying. Don't even make sense.
I feel like when he's gonna switch up, I think his emotions probably fear, and fear is very close to, like, you know, when you like kind of like a wild beast, it lashes out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the story is there, man. I'm looking forward to it, but like, he's annoying. He's annoying.
What about you, Daniel?
I think Demon Slayer has always been a show that I've enjoyed. I think I'm more interested in the characters. The story, fairly characters, I'm more there for the characters. They interest me a lot. The story is quite simple, but I don't think that's a negative, in my opinion. It does what it does well, elevated by Ufotable. And this season, I think it's shaking things up a lot because, you know, we've not got rid of, but Genya has been introduced into the main cast. We're seeing more about him. We don't see Zenitsu or Nosuke, and now we've got two Hashira that we don't know much about, and I'm sure we're going to get into them. So I'm more interested in learning more about them and in how they can interact with Tanjiro. We've already seen a bit with Muichiro. We've seen how Tanjiro started to influence him. And Genya. I think what I liked about the last episode with Genya is it kind of adds more context to the brother's actions, Sanemi, even from the first season, from like his perspective on demons, because he had to kill his mom. And like that's because she turned into a demon, so that kind of probably shows why he's so strongly anti-demon. And because Tanjiro trying to support Nezuko, who's a family member but also a demon, is literally going against what his experience is. So I'm interested to see in more from Genya, because I don't know, he got a gun and he can turn into a demon. I don't know what that's going on, because at first I thought he is a demon, but I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think it's more like maybe it's like a drug or something, because it doesn't make sense, because he wasn't from the backstory. He seems like he was a human, so I'm just interested to see more from that. But Tanjiro, he's been leveling up. I'm so impressed with him. He's pamming upper 4, like it's crazy, man. But yeah, Demon Slayer been good.
Yeah, it has been hitting. I'm not gonna lie to you, it has been hitting. Genya, been loving his character. I 100% thought he was a demon. It was that scene when he had the spear through the upper 4's chest, and when man was dribbling, and so I was like, and then obviously Tanjiro was like, Genya, what's up? Genya, Genya, you good?
Over there?
Bro was looking at him like he was about to eat him. Actually couldn't eat him.
Genya's interesting, man. He definitely dabbled in the dark arts because to gain power. So it's interesting because he does the incarnation before stuff happens to him, innit? So, and he said like he can
the stone dawn.
Yeah, and he said he can bring his head back. So it's interesting. Like I said, there's mystery there still. So yeah, the story's good, man. I feel like simple, but like you said, it's not a bad thing. It's still a bit of mystery, and if it looks beautiful while we watch it, nothing to complain about.
How your man feeling about the hour special that we're getting for the finale? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know that.
I heard about it.
Movie sense.
It's gonna be heat.
How many episodes is it gonna be then? What, 11?
Sure.
I'm
guessing.
I think it's 11.
Because it's just the Swordsmith arc.
Yeah.
So I guess once they finish up with the upper 4 and upper 5, that's it.
Yeah, I believe it's like 11, and then we're out. Which can't even complain too much. It has been elite. If you guys have nothing else to say on Demon Slayer, I can move on to the drop it, my G.
What do you think the deal is with the upper moon 1, and then the guy that you see in the flashback, in Tanjiro's flashback, the samurai?
But I was confused. You know, the first time they showed him on screen, and he had a flashback. It's like, is that the same person? I have no idea. My guess is it switched him to the dark side, like the guy Tanjiro was dreaming of, or they cloned him. This man has siblings, the twins, or his father and son. I think it might be like father and son, like I don't bother. But they have to be related or cloned in some kind of way. Clone, I don't know how they're gonna clone him in the Demon Slayer world, but then again, Muzan is a evil Michael Jackson, so you never know what he's gonna do. But yeah, I don't think it's the same person, that's for sure. I feel like they made it kind of distinctive. But I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's interesting. That's why I want to find more. We'll keep watching.
Yeah, I was first thinking that I don't know, there's some just direct relation, and that's obviously why my guy's having the visions. But apart from that, I'm not too sure, because it's a bit kind. It doesn't make sense that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because why would Tanjiro not know? That's the only confusing thing. Like, why do you lack? And can't you see it? Can't you look at the guy in your vision and say, "Rah, that guy kind of looks like me." You know, we're very, very similar. Yeah, so I'm definitely very intrigued in that. Hopefully, it's nothing dumb, you know, that would actually piss me off. That's what that's what I'm scared of mostly. I don't want that to be older Tanjiro somehow, and then some next time travel aspect is added in.
Please no, like a future kind of thing.
I will cry.
I don't think it's gonna be that.
It's not gonna be done now.
Because
it has the same earrings, doesn't it? So
yeah,
that's just, there's a good point with Joe Bob. Like, why hasn't I recognized like this guy might be related somehow? Same hair color, earrings. I swear, Loki looks. At the same time, it looks like his dad, doesn't it?
It does.
There's like, are there three of them? But I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Man said triplets. What about you, Daniel, man?
Well, I think the samurai, I don't know, like him and the family, they have to be Tanjiro's family. I think they have to have some relation, because either he gave Tanjiro's ancestor the earrings and taught him the dance, because that dance has been passed down through generations, and that's like the key thing that his dad said that he has to pass on, the earrings and the dance. I don't know what the significance of the earrings is yet, but it still remains to be seen. And then the upper one, he was obviously a demon slayer. I'm guessing him and the other samurai don practice the same style, I'm guessing, because they look similar. And they mentioned that because they had that doll, that they needed 6 arms to replicate his movement, and that guy's got 6 eyes.
Crazy.
So I feel like they definitely do the same style. We'll see. We'll see.
That's a good observation right there. I didn't even think about that. 6 eyes, 6 hands to replicate the movement. Yeah, there goes with the mystery there, man. So it'll be intriguing how to do it. Hopefully, it's not a nonsense future Tanjiro came to the past.
I hope not.
I would drop Demon Slayer with a quickness.
With his speed, faster than Zenitsu.
We'll see, but yeah. For ratings, I'll give it 7.5 so far. I feel like I'm giving it a 7.5 because I feel like there's a higher level it can go. I feel it's gonna come, especially with that little demon thing. Then it's gonna switch. It's gonna go by probably like a 8.59. But for now, I'll give it 7.5.
Okay. I think I'll probably give it an 8 right now. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, likewise, I'll probably definitely give it an 8. Every week, man. I think it's one of my favorite things to watch. And in the stacked spring season, that is a big statement to make for me personally. Anyway, guys, moving on to the next show on our spring list. We have to sprinkle a little bit of magic and a little bit of muscle into the mix. Yeah. My guy Mashle. Hey, what did I tell you about Mashle? What did I tell you? Like, he's not the funniest guy. He's not the guy that will keep you belly laughing for the rest of your life. Oh my days. How you, man, finding it so far? Has the band's been hitting?
Yes, definitely. It's probably the funniest. Probably the funniest show I'm watching. The one that has me laughing the most this season. I think just to highlight when they're making the potion with the turnip that screams at
the
you.
mandrake thing.
Oh God.
That was funny, but what was funny is when he did the thing and he made a cream puff, and the guy's like, okay, fine, let me watch you do it. He did the exact same thing and he still made a cream puff, and he's just like, how did you do this? This is so funny. Mashle, he's just hilarious, man. And then the equal opportunity things he did to that girl, he said, I treat everyone equally. Yeah, very, very funny show, man.
Careful.
The suplex was different. Had me wondering. I was like, bro,
it's a good to suplex City, man. Prime Brock Lesnar. I was like, yeah. And the funny thing, I read the manga. Still, I was like, damn, he actually did this. The thing is, Marsh does just makes me laugh because, especially with the turnip thing, when it slapped it, it's like, oh, I did it. It's like, no, you didn't. You just spotted the fruit, the vegetable man said, I did it. Then when like the evil big spider thing came, it's like, I'm busy right now. Sorry, G.
Popped him into space.
Popped him into space.
Actually popped him into space.
You made me priest, but it's fun. The new addition of the new character as well with Specky. I keep forgetting his name, but he's checks as well. And yeah, man, every episode I'm giggling, not even laughing. It's good. It's good. It's been my comedy section for the season, so I'm happy, man. It's good.
Yeah, I feel like some anime like this is definitely always needed in their repertoire when you're watching something, because it never fails, like you said, just to make you appreciate the characters and how funny the story is. Because Marshall's reaction to everything, just reaction to life, and the way he's just so laid back about everything. Then when he takes it serious, when he says tricep muscle, when he says hamstring muscle, it's over for you. It's actually over. I need his gym routine. I say it, but I think I'll die if I try to attempt his workout.
Mine is jumping up like with barbells, man. Yeah, different. It's different. But that's what you need for magic muscle, man. Muscle magic. So
yes, sir.
That's the way to go.
What are you guys expecting for the rest of the season then? Is there anything in particular that you want it to showcase? Do you want it to be like, not only can you do the comedy bit, but at least elevate the storyline, kind of entice us with a deeper theme? Obviously, we have the them setting up collecting the coins and the competition between the elders or elder camp and the rest of the other camps or houses in the school. So what do you man think about that?
Yeah, I think it's good, man, because it's like many comedy shows just focus on the comedy, and it's just like there's no really meaning to the stories just to make you laugh. But obviously, Mash is different because it's a shonen at the end of the day, so there's end goal. So I think the story is moving forward. It's moving forward good, as well as making me laugh and building the characters, more characters coming there and the backstories and everything. So it's good. I know it giving them a goal with collecting the kind of silver and gold coins, and the kind of, if you look at the outer camp, like you see all the plotting as well. So it's good. It's moving forward. It makes you laugh, and there's a story there, man. There's not much to complain. So I'm happy that it's moving forward. What I'm expecting is probably just to see like how if they're gonna hit any wall when it comes to collecting coins, because like the two-liner, I forget his name, the two-liners with the group.
Lance.
Say, like, Lance. It's like there's other people strong there that could probably match Mash. So I think looking forward to them and seeing how Mash overcomes the battles. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to. And the animation is clean as well. When he's doing the tricep muscle, I must say the animation is good. It's simple at times, but when it gets serious, you're like, damn, they're animating their ass off. So I would like to see the animation when it goes crazy, when it's fighting difficult fights as well. So yeah.
What about you, Daniel?
That's what I'm expecting. More comedy, obviously, but I think maybe some more serious moments, because the principal, he touched on the whole magical society, how it's built on, if you've got magic, then you've got value, and how much magic determines your value in society, and how he doesn't really agree with that. So that kind of hints towards some of the deeper underlying themes of the series. So I'm guessing maybe we'll have some time to explore that, because it seems like the Adler Dawn, they seem to embody that philosophy quite hard. So obviously Mash is gonna clash with them. So, and I think we even see him in the last episode I saw go up to their dorm. So I think we're gonna get some more serious moments and seeing how Mash is gonna. He is basically going against the world really, or society, because he's like the exact opposite, because he shows that you don't really need magic to survive. He's got muscle, so yeah, he's not relying on that. So I'm interested to see in more how they tackle the whole society. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, 100% agree. That kind of like reflecting on society is very interesting dynamic to Magic and Muscle. And I still hate on what's it called, on the principle, whatever, because like you're not doing anything. Like you're talking about like.
That's true.
But what are you doing? He's actually like Professor Dumbledore. He's really like Professor Dumbledore. Just sitting there doing nothing. And I bet one day he's gonna die doing nothing. I'm vexed. I'm actually vexed. Have you man noticed the rap segments, like the lo-fi rap segments during the fights?
Yes.
In the OST.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But do you know in the OST, but also like when it's about to go down and it start just coming through, I'm like, why is it going so hard like this? Why is it so cold?
It's hitting, man. The album is just complete, man. The OST is hitting, and it's just a different vibe than what we normally hear with music. So it's yeah.
That's calm. Get your quick ratings. Drop them in real quick.
For me, it's at 7.5. I think I'm done what it says. I need to get a little bit more serious and get a bit deeper, as well as keeping up comedy bits. So 7.5, I feel like it can go higher. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's in a cool 7 for me. Very enjoyable. But not much more for me. I think it's a good show, and we'll see if it can become a great show.
I'll give it an 8 because I'm very biased and I've always loved this series, the manga, everything they're doing with the adaptation. So yeah, fire. Definitely one that needs to be watched because can't you hear the chuckling? We've been chuckling. Like, it's one that needs to be viewed. It needs to be viewed. And the next one is Insomniac After School. This is kind of the one I'm really excited to talk about because when I say anime that has really kind of like grasped my attention this spring, this is it. This is Insomnia After School. Like everything about like suffering from an ailment that kind of restricts you and frustrates you, but from that you're kind of it breeds or was born like a new perspective on life. You can, from struggle, you can kind of gain something that's great. You know, you can gain a friendship, you can gain a new love, a new joy, and Something After School is definitely something that is very wholesome but very honest and transparent in regards to an aspect of people's struggle. How have you man kind of felt about viewing this or watching this? I don't know if you got to catch up with this, Ed.
Nah, I haven't got up with this one, so I'll sit it out and hear you, man, talk about it.
Calm. Take it away, Daniel. What's your thoughts?
Really great show. You know, I think it does. You know, we see a lot of these shows where you have the MC and he's kind of outcast in the class, and you'll meet this girl who's a bit energetic, charismatic, and then you'll follow them throughout the duration of the show where they do couple-like things. But I think what separates Insomniacs from those shows that I've seen is first of all, it has I wouldn't even call it a gimmick, but you know, the way what they bond over for insomnia is a serious thing, and I think that's something that I've really enjoyed about the show. I really respect how they were like, okay, yeah, these two have insomnia, and it's not just, oh yeah, they have insomnia now, they're just gonna hang out. No, it's an ongoing thing. They have difficulties, they talk about the struggles they have with it and how it affects their daily life, how it affects them at school, and why it drives them to create this place in the school where they can finally sleep. And just the interactions between the two main guys, Maguri and Ganta, it's been going at a great pace. It's all their interactions have been really enjoyable. They're likable together. You can see the chemistry that they have together, and I think you know where it's gonna go, and it feels natural, and it feels like the author understands what they're doing, how they're gonna get there, and they're really just showing us how the characters are changing as they develop through their school life. So yeah, really great show. One of the best of the season for me.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. Like you kind of jumping on what you said, just the dealing with something that's a lot of people struggle with, and like you can genuinely see the struggle. It's not an anime that's kind of focused on the relationship aspect, but the relationship aspect obviously is a significant portion of this series, but it's also kind of the crux of it is how that relationship was formed. It was formed over a mutual struggle and a mutual kind of frustration that they were unable to sleep, and just to see them kind of grasp with it, but also build a friendship where they're able to help each other during school and out of school hours is very wholesome. It's very genuine. It's very sweet. It's something like I'm watching it and it doesn't feel like I'm watching a show, if you know what I mean. Like it just feels very natural, very everything is not being rushed to get to a particular place. We're just watching two characters kind of grow and interchange and support each other, and the supporting cast around them also kind of develop their own kind of personalities and stuff like that. So it is definitely one of my favorites. Obviously you have to add the knowledge aspect that provides you on photography and the insight to the struggles of being a photographer and everything they have to consider when taking or capturing a moment, even the stars, the water. And bro, that photography is a serious occupation. I can't even say that word no more, but you might know what I was going for. It's a serious job.
Yep. The astrophotography?
Yeah, man, crazy.
Yeah. I like how they're actually exploring that too, because I know when we first read this and this, it was looking like a mad thing, but like that it's actually quite funny because that thing we read is
It's a lie.
It's not even. It doesn't even tell you anything about the story. So I'm happy that it didn't shed light, and I'm happy. I'm happy like what you saying, that they're exploring how the settings on the camera, how you want to take a picture, composition. So yeah, that's another bonus about the show. Just learning about photography and how you want to take your best picture at night. So yeah, really great show, man.
What would be your rating so far then out of 10?
8.5, leaning towards a 9. So
yeah, I agree. High 9 for me. Very, very special show. One that everyone we've watched so far, you actually need to watch and add it to the list that people usually don't go back to, the watch later list, but still add it anyway, just in case you find some time. Is there any other shows, guys, that you want to kind of quickly kind of shout out, discuss, share some aspects that you really enjoyed and things that kind of stood out to you?
Probably Hell's Paradise. That's been a fun watch itself. I think it's been funny, especially this surrounding one specific character, our female lead. Anytime someone says anything low-key sexist, they get clapped, and it just makes me laugh every single time. But Hell's Paradise is a good watch, and yeah, it's been a fun watch, man. I like it.
What about you, Daniel?
Okay. I'm gonna keep it very brief, but so I'm gonna mention a couple. But Skip and Loafer, you probably, if you listen to the weekly ones, really wholesome show, nice story about just kind of a coming of age story, just people navigating through life and then the challenges and then just everybody's individual story quite interesting, and also cool to see how they deal with the challenges. Why Raliana ended up at Duke's Mansion, one of those Otome Isekai series, really interested in the politics and the development in the relationship between the two main leads. And I think the main character is one of the main biggest factors for me. She's really likable. She got a bit of I guess feistiness to her, and it makes it really entertaining. And then lastly, my love story with Yamada, another wholesome show, great interactions between the two main leads, and then the video game aspects as well kind of adds something different, and also it's not stuck in high school, so another bonus. But yeah, those are three that I wanted to shout out.
Is the video game aspect a big part of it?
Yeah, because well, like she's like they play an online game, so they actually animate them playing the game, and then like the game world and the game characters. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list that I hopefully get to. Hopefully next season is a light season. It's not looking likely, but hopefully it's a light season. Do you guys have anything else that you want to add before we kind of close?
No, I think that's all from me.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's all from me.
What about you? You didn't add anything.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll just say my two-piece Vinland Saga season 2. But you've been hearing a lot. If you've like captured or listened to anything of us in the last like 3 weeks, I've mentioned Vinland Sagas and its ups and downs. So it's definitely a series that I would highly recommend. Very enjoyable, amazing characters. Just work through the farming stage and work through the slavery parts, and you find yourself at a better place, I hope. And ranking of Kings, elite. It continues to be so unique, like the premise and shedding light on somebody's struggle with deafness and blindness, and it always feels like when I watch it that there's nothing that you truly can't kind of rise to the occasion for. You just have to have the kind of right mindset, right heart, and right dedication to your craft or the thing you're trying to be in pursuit of. And like you might not even reach the goal, but you'll be strengthened by the journey. And that's what is so clear in Ranking of the Kings, is why I continue to go and watch it every week. But yeah, that's the only two for me. If you guys want to shout out the Twitter pages and the Insta pages, that'll be calm.
Yes, sir. Of course, on socials, Insta, Twitter, TikTok as well, YouTube, whatever, man. AK Mindset, find us. I'm sure we'll be there, ready to interact with you, man. Ready to talk. And yeah, just keep it us, man. We'll keep giving you great content. So hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, man. Really appreciate you guys being with us. This is the Spring 2023 mid-season review with the lads, with the mandem, with the squad. Stay safe, drink your water as usual. We'll catch you soon.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Peace.
sir. Adios.
Peace and blessings.
I love you.